Hey, I'm Seth from PyroTracker, and we've got Shayne here.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, great to meet you over the weekend. So, tell us a little bit about your company and where you came from.
Well, my company's a fireworks factory up in Canada, up Calgary, Alberta, near Rocky Ford. The guy that trained me is kind of one of the forefathers of fireworks, Jim Kamart. And we kind of do wholesale, retail, and do ship shows all throughout Canada.
Cool. So, what got you into fireworks? What sold you?
Well, I kind of always had a fireworks bug. Probably when I was about 8 or 9, I went and saw a fireworks show, and I saw something in the grass, so I went to go pick it up, stupidly. And it was a report, so it kind of blew up right in front of me.
Oh, wow. Did you get hurt?
No, just hearing loss for a couple days.
Oh, no. Those salutes will put a ring in the ear.
Yeah, ever since then, I've had the bug. Love blowing up stuff and putting it up in the air.
Great. So, tell us a little bit about your operation. How many shoots do you guys do a year?
It varies because there's quite a bit of competition in each province up in Canada. There's a lot of different shooter groups that some are bigger, some are smaller. But I do about 12 shows I think this year, and there always is more that come in after that.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about the Canada laws. I know that the folks in America, it's probably drastically different from what you experience up north.
There's a lot of differences, like e-match and like all the things that you're allowed to use to do the pyrotechnics.
Okay.
You
the extra tools and
the quick match, the e-match, all that stuff. You actually have to be a supervisor in Canada to actually buy that stuff.
Okay.
We can't just let people touch it like here.
Really? So now explain. So there's varying levels that you have to your certifications.
Yes, ours it starts with safety and awareness. That's like lets you be an assistant on a show.
Okay.
And then you do enough shows that a supervisor signs off on you, then you become a supervisor.
Okay.
And then that gives you the range to shoot up to a 6-inch shell.
Okay.
And then there's like 4 or 5 more endorsements after that. Large shell, UFOs, nauticals, and rooftop and barge.
Wow. So
there's
how far have you taken it?
I'm only about 2.5 years in, and so I'm up to my full display, but I still have my extra endorsements to get.
Okay, so you can do up to a 6-inch shell right now then?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So how long does it take someone to have all the nautical on the roof and
it depends. If you've got a crew that actually has the shows that actually have the right space to do it, then you can get the shows in all at once pretty much. But a lot of times, a lot of the shows or a lot of the spaces, you don't have the space or the water to do nauticals, or even the UFOs. They go up almost, I think 200 meters or something like that. So if the wind catches that thing and puts it in a tree, it
can be a bit of a disaster, right?
Yeah, you definitely want to have nice, clear, open spaces for a lot of that stuff.
So I'm sure, being in pyro, you've had a few close calls, even beyond the first story you shared. What was the scariest situation you found yourself in a professional capacity?
Scariest thing so far I've ever seen is sometimes I've noticed cakes. Even if you have them all contained, there is a possibility that a shell can pop out the side. It doesn't necessarily always go straight up. Okay. So that in Canada, there's actually rules to bury your cake 3/4 into the ground.
Oh wow!
So that doesn't happen.
So they require the hole. Could you stake as an alternative?
People do. People stake, or they build enclosures for those cakes. But there's always a potential that it can exit out the side.
Sure, that can be the scariest. I know. My parents host a 4th of July party every year, and one of the kids that was there, he decided it might be cool to put his 200-gram cake on the side. And I'll tell you what, well, it was quite scary. Unfortunately, the neighbors across the street that were having a block party, they got a little bit more action than they expected, and that's kind of why we're doing some of this channel is to expose some of the inherent risks and ways you can be safe for, like, you know, even if you're doing a backyard show, it might not be a bad idea to stake your cakes, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. With any family product, there is that potential that first shot can tip your cake over. If that cake is a perfect square, one shot can tip that cake over. So I always build, it's kind of like a border. It gives that an extra base just around it. I use 2x6 or 2x4, and it sits in there perfectly. I've talked to a few guys, they glue theirs straight down, but there's still that potential of the heat.
There's a lot of power on these things.
Well, and the heat. The heat could pop that glue off, or if the glue is flammable, it could even ignite.
It could cause a firework to do something the device wasn't intended to do, and that's why we try to follow these rules so things are safe, right?
Yeah, so I think the best way is to build like a little box around each cake. It goes up about 3/4 of the way. It doesn't fall over that way.
That makes it a lot more difficult, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have something far more catastrophic go on.
Yeah. Well,
like
and
maybe a flower pot.
Yeah. But I've also seen people use pallets too, because you flip a pallet upside down, it's got enough grooves almost for family products, so if somebody doesn't want to actually spend the money to design a box for it,
you can probably get a pallet pretty cheap or free in some cases if someone's trying to get rid of it. That's a good idea. So I'm trying to think. This is your first trip to America, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what has been the thing that you love most about your trip so far?
That it's not that different, like compared to like the scenery's not different. It's pretty much Canada, just with a little bit of different. Like the prices are different. That's pretty much what
Are the prices a lot higher or lower?
Higher.
How about the taxes?
Well, taxes, I don't know. I haven't really noticed.
We'll have to take a peek at the receipt, and I do want to catch up with you on the weekend for the weekend about that. I'd be curious.
Sure.
Cool.
Because like a bottle of Coke in Canada is about $1.50. Here, $3.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
a little bit different.
It's inflation, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So, what would you say is the thing that you've liked least about America so far?
I don't know. The only thing I had bad experience was at the Chicago airport, trying to find how to get to my next plane. I asked this lady that right in front of the billboard where my plane was. I showed her my ticket, and then she just pointed the board and said, "Look at the board." And it's like there's like 100 flights in Chicago. It's like
and then some of them roll too. If it's at the same gate,
and it's not numerical, so it's like it's alphabetical, but that doesn't help very much either.
What would we do without TSA?
Yeah.
So what's coming through customs a hassle at all, or is it pretty foolproof for you?
Oh, it's pretty foolproof for me. First time they kind of just rush you through.
Did you have to do anything in advance for the trip as far as visa requests or anything, or is it pretty easy with your passport?
Well, you only need a visa if you're actually buying, or if I was presenting here trying to.
Oh, interesting.
So like for work.
Okay.
Because I'm just learning and training and stuff like that. It's
a little bit more of a domestic capacity.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what's been your favorite breakout session you've gotten to attend here at Cobra Con?
The new Cobra finale system. It looks
the show creators.
Yeah, the show creator. Like I've used the 3D one, or sorry, not the 3D, but I've used finales. I like finales, but I think that beta might be actually a good. Like it looks like it's a little bit more user friendly. It's got the pictures of all the actual units popping up when you click on certain things, so it looks like it's a little bit more user friendly.
Cool. Tell us a little bit about the extent of your firing system. What kind of mods you're using on the field, and what you like.
Right now, I'm using the Cobra. I've got a whole bunch of the 18Ms, but I just last year bought two 72Ms. They make it a little bit easier.
The big briefcases. Right?
Yeah, the big briefcases. Because now I can just put two briefcases and have my show pretty much contained on two boxes.
Great. So what big shoots do you have coming up this summer? Do you want to tell anyone about?
Sure. I've got a few coming up. I'll be shooting Pincher Creek in Alberta for Canada Day this year.
Cool. Well, congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, I shot theirs last year in the and the year before that, and it's been fun ever since.
And now Canada Day does fall pretty close to the 4th of July, doesn't it, in proximity?
Our Canada Day is 3 days before yours, the 1st.
Oh, you just have to beat us to the chase there, huh?
Kind of.
Cool. I'm trying to think. I think we hit on a lot of stuff. How does someone get in touch with you back home if someone wanted to hire you to do a shoot?
They can easily email us at admin@fireworksfactory.ca, or they can find us. We're on Facebook. Also, there's my sister starting a company, IPP, for individual shooters up in Canada as well, so that will also help shooters get into the Finale 3D and insurance and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So that there's a lot of cool things happening up there.
What are insurance requirements like up there?
They're pretty bad. The insurance seems to be only kind of pushed towards big guys, so it kind of forces little guys to not get a lot of shows.
It can kind of break your back.
Yeah, like if you have to pay like $1,000 or $2,000 for insurance for a year, and you only do $3,000 shows, that's your money that you've made, and so you'd almost it's not worth shooting if you can only get that many shows.
Can really put a burden on the pocketbook.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys have a phone number that people could reach you at to schedule stuff?
Yeah. 403-533-2126, and the girls will help you out.
Cool. All right. What do you recommend? How far in advance should someone get a hold of you to book a shoot with you?
Depends. If long weekends, a lot of the long weekends, they tend to get booked way in advance. Special holidays usually way in advance. But if anything's like during just a week or on just a regular weekend, it's usually we only need about a week advance probably.
Oh wow! So you guys can pull permits pretty much on the spot to be ready.
Yeah, like Canada and Alberta is pretty easy. You only need about a week, or most of the AHJs or municipalities only require you to have 7 days ahead.
Oh, that's not too terrible. Back home, I think in Nebraska, you've got to do 10 days in advance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for some reason, they're pretty funny about that. They don't like to be flexible.
Well, I think it's their time. Like they have other things to do, and they kind of want to make everybody do it on that one day kind of thing.
Oh yeah, they like to schedule it well. Well, hey Shayne, thank you so much, and welcome to America. I'm glad that you came.
Thank you very much.
Hope we can get you down for a PGI.
Definitely.
All right.
Try.